Hello, Adam here, hope you are well. This video is a question that I get asked all the time. Hey Adam, how do I book more weddings? Or Adam, can you make a video about tips for booking more weddings? Or again, more worryingly is, I've not got enough bookings for this year. Any tips on how I can get a few extra bookings? Because this is the essential part, this is our bread and butter. We all want to book paying weddings, of course. The trouble is, it's such a broad, vague, convoluted topic. There's so many variables to it. It depends on your work and how much you charge and how you portray your brand and where you're based. Do you want to use SEO? Do you want to use social media? There's so many variables, so there just isn't a straightforward answer to this. However, with this, over the next few minutes, I'm going to try and break it down. I've condensed it into 5 things that I think might help and 5 sort of tips that will hopefully increase your booking rate. So forgive me, I am going to be flicking to and from a laptop because I've written a lot of this down. I don't want to miss anything. I want it to be comprehensive because there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't want to miss. So I am going to read it straight from the laptop, so forgive me for that. The first thing I should say, and we say this all the time, but don't get caught up with what everyone else is doing. Oh, they're doing 40 weddings, so I should be doing 40 weddings. No. Keep your blinkers on, don't look sideways, just keep focused on you and where you want to go. So number 1, most obviously and most importantly, your films. It sounds obvious, but the work that you portray needs to be your very best. The best possible product that you can produce. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to guarantee loads of bookings because your films are amazing. But if they are good and you've got enough eyeballs on them, then chances are the work's going to speak for itself. Me saying make sure your work is amazing isn't very helpful. How do you make your films better? Just keep shooting, keep editing, keep practicing. It's practice. It takes a lot of time. I'm never 100% happy with even my best stuff. So you just have to keep striving. But whatever is on your website has to be the very, 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 very best stuff. Even if that means only having 3 films on your website, 1 film on your website, or one single 3-minute showreel of all the best footage of the 2 or 3 weddings that you've shot so far. If you're at the very beginning and you've only shot a couple of weddings, get all the footage across those weddings and put it into a showreel and show off the very best thing that you can on your website, even if that means only having 1 film. Better to have 1 film or 1 showreel on your site than 10 kind of mediocre films. You only want your couples to see the very best stuff and portray yourself as the best locations, the best looking weddings, the nicest weather, the most eloquently sounding people. Eloquent, yeah. The most expensive looking. I'm trying to be PC with this, but the best looking weddings. Tip number 2, marketing. So you've got your collection of your very best work, your best films, whether that's 1 film, 3 films, 5 films. Now you need people to see them. Some are great with SEO and use that route to market their website, and most of us use Facebook, Instagram and social media. There's loads of different options. My advice would be don't settle for 2 or 3 of these platforms. You should be hitting all of them, all the platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Vimeo, SEO, everything. Facebook and Instagram adverts. As many of these platforms as you can. Pinterest is another one that you could, that's quite interesting. It's a lot of work to be on as many of these platforms as you can. And a lot of people, myself included, just settle for a handful of them. But if you can be across everything consistently, it is a lot of work. But if you want to be seen and you want to raise awareness, you've got to do it. Number 3 is referrals from other suppliers. So networking. Most of my inquiries come through this, and I know because I asked my couples where they found me when they fill in the contact form. Photographers primarily for me, then venues, and then other suppliers, florists, makeup artists, entertainers, etc. in that order. So photographers are the main source, then venues that recommend me, then other suppliers. So you need to build up a solid network of the suppliers and the kind of suppliers that you want to work with. Tips 1 and 2 that I've mentioned already will help with this. If you've got stellar work and you're present on social media and you're marketing in the right way, then any suppliers looking at your stuff, that's going to instill some trust in them recommending you, and they're going to be more inclined to recommend you if your stuff's really great. So you make your stuff better and you get more recommendation, and then you get more work, and the cycle goes round and round. But for example, on the wedding day, connect with the photographer, connect with the venue coordinator, the hairstylist, the makeup artist, all the suppliers. Be yourself and hopefully you'll get on. And then after the wedding, you want to be tagging them in all the social media stuff, every supplier. Send each supplier the film afterwards and just say, hey, it was great to work with you. Here's the film if you're interested. Get involved with networking events. This is a big one for me. Supplier meetups, award ceremonies, style shoots, wedding fairs. These things exist everywhere. And if they don't, if there isn't any in your area, host them yourself. Arrange a coffee meetup with other suppliers or a Facebook group. You know, host your own. Offer to film a styled shoot for someone or an open evening at a venue. Can I make you a behind the scenes video of your open evening? Please, will you let me come and do it? It's good content for you and it's good experience, and the venue are going to be grateful. And again, coming back to the quality, if you produce something really good for them, they're probably going to recommend you. Number 4 is dealing with inquiries. If you're already doing all of the above, you should start to be getting inquiries, and then it's just a case of how do you convert those inquiries into bookings. Personally, I think the client experience, which starts at this stage, the inquiry, is the biggest thing that's going to it's the biggest thing that's going to make you stand out. When a potential wedding couple inquire with you, don't just send a blanket copy and paste kind of standard reply with all your info and all your prices on straight off the bat. Start with asking about the wedding, get to know them, make it feel more personal, arrange a phone call or a meeting and have them buy into you as a person. Help them envision what it will be like for them to have you at their wedding. People buy into people, fact. And if you lose out on a booking to another videographer, it might be because this other videographer was willing to do all these steps. The last thing, tip number 5, a bit more subjective and it's down to the individual's personal choice, but it's always worked for me, and it is being a yes man or woman. Saying yes to as many opportunities as possible. Just figure the rest out later. Work breeds work. If a photographer asks me for help on a style shoot, yes. If a wedding venue asks me to come down to an open evening, yes. If I've got a wedding in Scotland on a Saturday and a couple want to book me for a wedding in London on the Sunday, yeah. If I think that will be a good wedding, a worthwhile wedding, I'm totally doing it. You do have to be self-aware and honest within yourself to do this. I don't have kids or any of those other kind of responsibilities that a lot of people have. I'm a bit of a workaholic as well, so but I'm self-aware with it. I know my limits, and I know within myself that I can take on that level of work without completely drowning. It's a tricky thing to do, to figure out where your limit is, but you've got to kind of be as self-aware as possible. Of course, it's different for everyone, so only take on what you can manage, but within reason, if you can be doing as much as possible, then it's only going to get your name out there more, and it's going to give you more reach, and it will keep you in people's minds. Work breeds work. Gotta keep at it. Fortunately, it's just the way it is. If you're not on it all the time, putting the work in, being present on social media, if you have a couple of weeks off, or you're lazy with it for a few weeks or a month, then you're going to drop off the radar. It's just the way it is. Oh, nice. If you can hear that, sorry about the building work or whatever that is. So yeah, just keep at it. Be present, work hard and work smart all at the same time. It does take time, and trust that it's going to work eventually, but it will do. It does. And that's the secret. It's just do. Keep going out, keep shooting weddings, practice. The more you practice, the more weddings you shoot, the more practice you get, the better films you'll produce. What's the cycle? There is a cycle. The better you work, the more you can charge. The more that you charge, the better venues you'll go to. The better venues you go to makes your films look better, and then the better the work, the more you can charge, and something like that. And it just keeps going round and round and round, and it's a glorious thing. So wherever you're at with your business, whether you're just starting out and you're wanting to book initial weddings, or you've been doing it a while and you're just wanting to book more weddings, I hope this was helpful in some way for you. This is probably one of the most important videos that I'll do. It's an important topic. We all need to book weddings, so I really hope that this was helpful. Let me know if it was. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. And feel free to share this video with anyone that you think that might benefit from it. Like and subscribe and all that usual stuff. From me and the dogs, Thanks for watching as ever. I'll see you in the next one. I can't get a minute's peace in this house to film privately. Ugh.